And this afternoon, we will kick off yet another game on the road, and we turn the page to the month of September, the final month of the regular season, and the Marlins will actually commence the first game of September on the MLB slate today. Miami continues this 7-game road trip, and the Fish just took 3 out of 4 in Queens against the Mets, and the NL East tour continues. This is game 8 of 17 consecutive matchups in division, and fortunately for Miami, the Fish are 5-1 against the Nats. It's game 1 of a 3-game NL East set between your 65-71 Miami Marlins and the 53-83 Washington Nationals. Lake Bacher, 30-year-old right-hander, he'll make his first career start. It's an opener task. It'll be Lake's 44th appearance of 2025. He'll go opposite Andrew Alvarez, 6'3", 26-year-old southpaw, who will make his major league debut here this afternoon. We will get going. How about this? At 1:05, little baseball this early on a Monday. What's better than that? 1:05 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Monday afternoon with Jack McMullen and Craig Minervini. I'm Steven Strom. Again, a very good happy Labor Day to everyone that is enjoying and listening. We got a great lineup for the show today. It's actually, we said meaty program. This is another meaty program on a Monday afternoon, and we thank you for your participation. We will start where both teams are at. We'll hear from Clayton and Jack on the game 1 of this series. We'll get you at the count. Plus, we've got some roster moves. Rosters expand today, so there was a plethora of moves made this morning by the Miami Marlins. Jack and Craig will join the program in segment 4. We're going to talk August stats, what we want to bring to the month of September and what we want to throw the heck away and never see again in the month of September. Expo question of the day at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. Okay, so let's start with the Nationals, losers of 8 in a row. And there's been a lot of things that have changed since the last time we saw the Nats back in June. Davey Martinez was the manager. Mike Rizzo was the GM. And Mackenzie Gore, their all-star, had a 2.89 ERA. You fast forward to September 1st, Miguel Cairo is at the helm. Mackenzie Gore has a 4.15 ERA and is on the IL. Heck, the Nationals have a new acting GM as of right now. They finished up a 9-19 August, and they've plated 5 runs in their last 4 games. They're 20th in baseball in team average, 23rd in runs per game. But the pitching has really been the story. It's been abysmal. 29th in baseball in team ERA, 27th in strikeouts per 9. This is a good opportunity for the Marlins to continue this, as of late, better brand of baseball, taking 3 out of 4 against the Mets in Queens. For the Marlins, 6 games under, 8 games back of a wild card spot. And look, you could say what you want about the roster, the numbers, heck, the record. But there's one thing you can't take away. This team doesn't fold. They don't feel sorry for themselves. And every time you think, here comes the slide, they answer the call. As I mentioned before, they take 3 out of 4 to kick off this road trip. And to me, what was most impressive is they beat the Mets in every which way. They took advantage of mistakes on Friday. They beat them in a slugfest on Saturday, and then they got the gem that they needed from Sandy Alcantara yesterday. My big thing coming into this Monday, the Marlins are learning the next biggest lesson in baseball, learning how to win without your best player in Kyle Stowers. And it hasn't been easy. It's a 13-17 record in the month of August, but the Fish are adapting. They've got some new challenges ahead. Ryan Gusto, Jansen Junk, we knew that they were on the IL. But now, the big hit, Edward Cabrera, he is off to the IL, and we will hear from Clayton McCullough on that topic and what's moving forward for the Miami Marlins. It has cornered Miami to have to go with the bullpen day today. Again, Lake Bacher will open and make his 44th appearance of 2025. Let's step aside. We're going to hear from Clayton McCullough. He sits down with Jack McMullen. We got a funny one ahead. This is while they were doing the interview, the national anthem was being played. We tried to cut it up, but it was really funny. We'll talk with Jack in segment 4, but let's hear from Clayton McCullough in the next segment. Marlins on Deck continues. Stick with us. 1:05 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
For a home with no worries. That one cracked down the right field line. Soto on the move. That gets in, and that'll plate 2. Wagaman gunning towards second base. He will get in there, and he plates Otto from third and Burt from second. Wag attack with a 2-run double, and it's a point. Also walked a batter. And the 3-0 to Weimer is drilled out to left. It's hanging up for Nimmo, and he misplayed it. He came in, he leaped high in the air, and he couldn't glove it. Wagaman comes in to score. Here comes Norby all the way from first, and he scores without a throw.
An amazing 343 start in his big league career. Ground ball right side, base hit, it's through the hole. Scoring is Hernandez. Wagaman is held up at third, and the Marlins get a run. Their sixth of the game. Another RBI for Marcy, 25 RBI.
Been there for it's there.
Yep. Chef Boyardee.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Punch to right center field. Softly, it'll drop for a hit. One run will score, and they will hold up Norby. Wagaman scores a throw to second base as they try to backpick Marcy, who got back in there. 7-2 Miami an hour. Runners at the corners, 8-8 game. Line drive right field. Soto going back. He makes the catch in the backhand, but Ramirez will tag up, and he will score. The Marlins lead 9-8 on the sac fly. JT Realmuto now, and maybe Benito.
1-1. That would lift it out to left center field. That's going to get down and plate one. That might plate two. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hicks getting the runaround from third. He will score. He beats the throw. He scores from first base. And Connor Norby gives the Fish some big-time insurance.
On FanDuel Sports Network, Marlins games, announcers, and more Marlins games. Did I mention the Upper Marlins? Stream now.
Well, happy Monday, everyone. Fox Sports 940 Miami. This is Marlins on deck. Steven Strom here. Craig Minervini, Jack McMullen, they have your call. I saw this stat this morning. Sandy Alcantara, after just his fourth consecutive quality start yesterday, shoving it against the New York Mets. He led the National League with 39 innings pitched in the month of August. I guess we could say Sandy is officially back. But today we'll see Lake Bacher go opposite Andrew Alvarez, who will make his Major League debut for the Washington Nationals. Recapping the weekend over Queens, plus the keys to a series win. Here's Jack McMullen and Marlins manager Clayton McCullough.
Thank you very much, Stephen. You're with the skipper of the Fish, Clayton McCullough. Had a game one. It's a day game. Matinee on a Monday. It's a little weird. I do want to ask you how it felt to watch a normal baseball game yesterday after a 19-9 game on Friday and then an 11-8 win on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that was a wacky series, and it had a little bit of everything. Yesterday it kind of felt like, wow, this is a normal game here with a starter going out there and dominating, pitching deep into the game, and offensively getting some early runs, and so it kind of was just it was ho-hum in comparison to the previous three.
You guys saw Kodai Senga yesterday. The approach seemed awesome from you guys, and you guys have that calculated approach against somebody that you have seen before. You see someone you've never seen before in Andrew Alvarez today. It's a lefty. I know it's like 92, 93 with a fastball. Got a couple of breaking balls. How do you prep for a guy like this where, it's not like he's got this huge prospect billing. You could be, and these guys could be hearing of Andrew Alvarez for the very first time going into play today.
Yeah, I think you go into it with, he wouldn't be here if he hadn't had some performance in the minor leagues. And you see, they like him because he's a strike thrower and he's got a good curveball. And so it's probably like, any one of these is just not trying to do too much. When we've been at our best offensively, I just felt like that we take what is given to us. We move the ball around the field. It's kind of that death by 1,000 cuts type of approach where, let's be stubborn and disciplined with where we're looking for pitches. And you never know how someone's going to come out in their Major League debut. You might come out and just fill it up and pound it, but in some ways, make him demonstrate that he's going to do that. And you're ready for the times when, if he throws a pitch in your area, be ready to hit, and if not, go fight to win the next pitch. So I think today our group just comes out here and let's slug. If it happens, it comes to you, and go take our knocks, try to stress them out, create innings. I think which we did a really nice job of in New York.
Clayton, a couple transactional things for you. It's September 1st. We saw rosters expand today. In terms of personnel that you add into the fold, we saw Michael Peterson join. We saw Luarbert Arias rejoin the fold. We saw Brian Navarretto come up as well. How did you guys kind of go about filling out the roster with those two additional spots?
Yeah, with Brian's case, I'm very, very happy for Brian. He's had, very long minor league career, a little bit of time, in the big leagues, and he's a great teammate. And we felt like getting the third catcher here just gives us a little bit of cushion, a little bit of insurance in that position with how much Gus and Liam are both in the lineup on a given day together. And we had a lot of with Norby coming back and taking down now a lot of reps at third, and X and Otto. we just thought that there was, less opportunity maybe for some others that are down in the minor leagues to come up and get regular playing time. So to add Brian in that regard, to give us some catching coverage. And on the pitching side, Michael Peterson, gets back in the organization again. He's been, up to 100 miles an hour. So the stuff has been really good, and it's an opportunity for us to, have a look and see how, that might play moving forward for us. And something like Arias, where he's going to come up, and he's had an uptick in his stuff since he's been down in the minor leagues. And, right now with our pitching, it's a bit of musical chairs as we, navigate what's been a tough few days and knowing, hey, we got 3 days till the off day. So, it's great. Guys are going to get opportunity, and, we don't know what tomorrow's going to hold for us.
Last one for you. Another chair was pulled from the dancers and musical chairs. Edward Cabrera hits the IL with an elbow issue here. Cabby, you seemed optimistic during your media availability that this is not, a major issue to worry about. So if this is the end of the line for Cabby's 25 season, how do you assess Edward Cabrera's campaign?
Not even pleasantly surprised. He's had a remarkable season. Yeah. I think the stretch of starts that Cabby, what we got from him, this was over months of time where he put himself into, arguably like one of the best pitchers in the National League from a performance standpoint. And we saw the consistency that I think everyone had been, hoping for out of Cabby, and he proved to himself that, he can go out and, pitch at a really high level at the major leagues over a stretch of time. And so great season for Cabby. We'll wait to get further information on what, next will be, but it certainly won't put a damper on, the productive season that he had for us.
Clayton, appreciate it. Enjoy this Monday day game.
I'm excited for the national anthem.
Steven.
All right. Context behind that. Great spot, Jack McMullen and Clayton McCullough. So we do these sit-downs after Clayton's media availability. So as we're recording this, whoever's in charge of operations here decided, you know what, let's do a little rehearsal of the national anthem. And that's fine usually. But when you blast the PA to about 120 on the decibels, Clayton McCullough then had to scream into the microphone. Both started kind of grinning at each other. I was laughing behind the camera, so we actually had to pause it. I know you didn't even notice because I was able to seamlessly put that together. I know, I could be a director. But that was the laugh at the end. Clayton McCullough looking forward to the national anthem. To the baseball real quick. Yes, Edward Cabrera, if this is it, man, 7-7, tied a career high in wins this year, 3.57 ERA, 24 starts. That was a career high. 128 and 2/3 innings pitched. That was a career high. 140 strikeouts. That was a career high. We've given all the love to Kyle Stowers, and he is the MVP of this Miami Marlins team. But the pitching side of things, Edward Cabrera is going to walk away with some sort of award in the organization because he was the best pitcher in this organization for the Miami Marlins at this level in 2025. It was a pleasure, if this is it for Edward Cabrera, to watch the maturation, the evolution, and finally putting it all together this season for the Miami Marlins. Happy for the coaching staff, happy for Edward Cabrera. Again, he is off to the 15-day IL with a right elbow sprain. We'll get Clayton McCullough's thoughts during the game. We'll do it during a pitching change, so definitely want to stick with us throughout, not just Marlins on deck, but throughout the game as well. Going to be interesting to see how the Marlins patch up the bullpen. I'm looking at it right now. Calvin Fauché through, Freddie Tarnick through, so I assume both of those guys are going to be down. Lake Bacher will open. Ronnie Enriquez will be available if the Marlins are leading. Tyler Phillips pitched on Saturday. Seth Martinez is probably the guy they're going to have to go to with George Soriano, and Michael Peterson making his second tour of duty with the Miami Marlins. We'll break. We'll get you at the count with Andrew Alvarez and Lake Bacher, and then we'll play baseball, playing at 105 right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
For a home with no worries. That one cracked down the right field line. Soto on the move. That gets in, and that'll plate two. Wagaman gunning towards second base. He will get in there, and he plates Otto from third and Burt from second. Wag attack with a two-run double, and it's a point. Also walked to batter. And the 3-0 to Weimer is drilled out to left. It's hanging up for Nimmo, and he misplayed it. He came in, he leaped high in the air, and he couldn't glove it. Wagaman comes in to score. Here comes Norby all the way from first, and he scores without a throw.
An amazing 343 start in his big league career. Ground ball right side, base hit, it's through the hole. Scoring is Hernandez. Wagaman is held up at third. And the Marlins get a run. They're 6th of the game. Another RBI for Marcy, 25 RBI.
Been there for it's there.
Yep. Chef Boyardee.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Punch to right center field. Softly, it'll drop for a hit. 1 run will score, and they will hold up Norby. Wagaman scores a throw to second base as they try to backpick Marcy, who got back in there. 7-2 Miami an hour. Runners at the corners, 8-8 game. Line drive right field. Soto going back. He makes the catch in the backhand, but Ramirez will tag up, and he will score. The Marlins lead 9-8 on the sac fly. JT Realmuto now, and maybe Benito.
1-1. That would lift it out to left center field. That's going to get down and plate 1. That might plate 2. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hicks getting the runaround from third. He will score. He beats the throw. He scores from first base. And Connor Norby gives the Fish some big-time insurance.
% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, this is Derek Hill, and you're listening to Marlins On Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, good to hear from Derek Hill. He is back in the lineup. He'll play center field and bat 8th tonight against the lefty Andrew Alvarez. Happy Labor Day, Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Craig Minervini. Nice series for the Marlins, taking 3 out of 4 against the Queens. 65 wins here on September 1st, 62 in all of 2024. We got a ton of roster moves. So active rosters expanded 28 today, folks. It's September 1st. So let's get you these names. Brian Navarrado, selected from AAA Jacksonville. Luarbit Arias, selected from AAA Jacksonville. Michael Peterson, recalled from AAA Jacksonville. Edward Cabrera, we had mentioned, placed on the 15-day IL with a right elbow sprain. Anthony Bender, Tyler Zuber transferred to the 60-day. So a ton of roster moves for the Marlins. We shall see what is in store today, because we're going to see probably a lot of these guys. Luarbit Arias, potentially. Michael Peterson. This is a bullpen day for Clayton McCullough's crew. All right, let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start with Andrew Alvarez, 26-year-old left-hander. In year 5 of pro ball, this was a former 12th-round pick in the 2021 draft out of Cal Poly. First season in AAA, 3-7 with a 4.10 ERA over 25 starts, 114 Ks to 52 walks. Opponents hit 246. The walk rate for Alvarez, 9.8%, 21.5% K rate. Let's hear interim manager Miguel Cairo on Alvarez.
I'm gonna say he's been pitching good. He's been one of the most consistent pitcher in AAA. Throw something and throw strikes, and that's something that I like. He was pitcher of the year, I think, a couple years ago. We want someone that can throw strikes. And when you got someone that can throw strike and keep us in the game, that would be awesome. I'm gonna talk to him like I talk to the rest of the guys that we have here. I want him to compete. I want him to go after hitters, execute your pitches, make sure you compete. Don't utilize your defense. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a big lead outing, first big league outing, and just be himself. I know it's a big stage, but it's the same game, same baseball, and just gotta go over there and compete.
Cairo, Washington Nationals interim manager on Andrew Alvarez. Lake Bacher, 30-year-old right-hander, will make his 44th appearance and first start of big league career. I mean, look, it's an opener. You got to put the start there, but it's an opening proposition for Lake Bacher. 5-1, a 3.39 ERA, 58 in the third innings pitched. Last time Lake Bacher started the game was in the PCL in 2024 with the Padres organization. You're probably thinking, if you don't know Lake Bacher, how do you get here to Miami? He was promoted to the big leagues with San Diego on August 25th of 2024, but he was never used. He was DFA'd literally on this day last year, September 1st. Miami claimed him on September 3rd, and he has actually been a really big part of this bullpen for the Marlins. Bacher will open. Alvarez will make his major league debut. We'll break. We're talking August stats we want to take into September, and an August stat we want to throw away and never see again. Jack and Craig join me next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Saw that in the Luzardo return this offseason and the Sanchez return.
2-2, a little chopper to second. Coming in is McNeil, throws to the plate, not in time. Diving in is Edwards. And the Marlins also get the benefit of getting Hicks aboard as McNeil went to the plate here at Citi Field. And a ground ball softly at right side. Backhanded by Alonso. Throws off the glove of Holmes. Rounding third now. And coming home is Liam Hicks. And the Marlins get a run. Johnston will go to 1. He's got 59 RBIs on the year. And a line drive base hit to left field. Rounding third is Johnson. He'll score without a throw. Good response by the Marlins, taking advantage of a Met miscue and some timely hitting too. And the Marlins have 3 in the inning and a 4-2 lead. That was good to see. Hit it hard. Pitch on the way, driven and over the shortstop's head. Lindor base hit. Hit so hard, bobbled in left field. Now the green light from Blake Lally. He's run it well, and diving in and scoring is Jacob Marcy, who probably would have stopped if it wasn't bobbled by Nimmo in left field, but that was scorched. And Ramirez drives in the run. The Marlins have the lead.
April.
Otto Lopez is up, broken bat right side. McNeil fields, throws to the plate, slides, safe is the call at home plate. Liam Hicks went in the back door. Let's see if the Mets will challenge. Have scored 2 still. Only 1 out. He hits one in the air to shallow center. Ramirez going to third. Mullins will grab. Ramirez going to try it. Throw to the plate is cut off. And Ramirez scored, runner safe at second base. That was very important. The Mets are throwing to third to see.
Up to 90-month financing available.
Dolphin carpet and tile. Get it right.
Back here at Nationals Park in the nation's capital, Steven Strom, Jack McMohan, Craig Minervini. Nice series for the Marlins over the weekend. 3 out of 4 in Queens. We turn the page to the month of September, fellas. We got 25 games left, 1 month to go. And we're talking August stats that we want to throw away and we want to take into the month of September. Pick one of each. Craig Minervini, you may begin.
I am leaving the 49 home runs the Marlins gave up in August, by far and away the most they have this year, that has led to an ERA near 6. I'll put those two together. ERA homers, but homers is what I'm leaving. Steven, let's leave it in our rearview mirror.
Okay.
There's a reason the rearview mirror is much, much bigger than that, or much smaller, I should say, than that window in front.
I love that.
There's a big reason.
I love
All right,
that.
what am I going to take in that big window? I'm going to take the offense that scored 6.7 runs in their victories in the month of August. That's 13 games. They averaged almost 7 a game. And with that, I'll take that nice start out of the gate. They swept the Yankees, sweep the Nats here to get September on a good note.
I like those, Craigie. Jack, what you got for us?
I am leaving Otto Lopez's 564 OPS in the month of August in the rear view. That guy is much better than a 564 OPS. What we have learned this year is that Otto Lopez is the shortstop of the present and future of the Miami Marlins. You feel like this guy is a very solid all-around player. My expectations are for Otto to run through the tape in the month of September and be flat-out awesome offensively and defensively. What I am keeping, 31 for 36 in the stolen base department as a team. 31 bags is the most in the National League, second most in all of baseball, only behind the New York Yankees in the month. They were tenacious on the base pads. I love it. Keep going.
Really good job. I like those. Good job. Good segment here. Okay, August, 96 walks drawn in the month of August for this offense, 10 more than any other month. I'm going to stick on the walks. The pitchers, they surrendered 97 free passes, 55 only in July. That's 42 more in the month of August. Got to leave that. And then I went individual. Eric Michael Wagaman.
Yeah.
258 in the month of August. Who cares about the BA? This guy slugs. 868 on the OPS, 168 points higher than any other month. This guy gets better as the season goes on, clearly. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, but my favorite one, 8 walks. The most of any month for Eric Wagaman. Pitchers are starting to realize this guy can hit. We'll break X-Poll question, Steve's guarantee. It's all next. 105 first pitch on the Marlins Radio
For
Network.
home with no worries. That one cracked down the right field line. Soto on the move. That gets in, and that'll plate 2. Wagaman gunning towards second base. He will get in there, and he plates Otto from third and Burt from second. Wag attack with a 2-run double, and it's a point. Also walked a batter. And the 3-0 to Weimer is drilled out to left. It's hanging up for Nimmo, and he misplayed it. He came in, he leaped high in the air, and he couldn't glove it. Wagaman comes in to score. Here comes Norby all the way from first, and he scores without a throw.
An amazing 343 start in his big league career. Ground ball right side, base hit, it's through the hole. Scoring is Hernandez. Wagaman is held up at third, and the Marlins get a run. Their sixth of the game. Another RBI for Marcy, 25 RBI.
Been there for it's there.
Yep. Chef Boyardee.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Punch to right center field softly. It'll drop for a hit. One run will score, and they will hold up Norby. Wagaman scores a throw to second base as they try to backpick Marcy, who got back in there. 7-2 Miami an hour. Runners at the corners, 8-8 game. Line drive right field. Soto going back. He makes the catch in the backhand, but Ramirez will tag up, and he will score. The Marlins lead 9-8 on the sac fly. JT Realmuto now, and maybe Benito.
1-1. That would lift it out to left center field. That's going to get down and plate one. That might plate two. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hicks getting the runaround from third. He will score. He beats the throw. He scores from first base. And Connor Norby gives the Fish some big-time insurance.
Open bar, specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
WINCA in Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
Well, the Marlins have taken it to the Nationals this season, 5-1, as they continue this 7-game road trip. 105 today, 6:45 tomorrow, 105 on Wednesday. Andrew Alvarez makes his Major League debut for the Washington Nationals. Lake Bacher, first career start. It's an opener spot for Lake Bacher, 44th appearance of the season. Let's get to our Expo question today at Marlins Radio. Again, make sure to follow us. We can get all the news, the GoPro stuff, all of it. When was the last time a Marlin opened up a game this season? Hint, hint, it was here. Hint, hint, he's not on the team anymore. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up.
Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Yeah, looking at Alvarez against Wright this year, 272 on the batting average, 828 on the OPS, 12 of his 13 home runs given up in the minor leagues from the right side of the batter's box. 42 of his 52 walks have come from the right side as well. It's a right-handed heavy lineup for Clayton McCullough, but I like 5, 6, 7. Connor Norby, Eric Wagaman, and Heriberto Hernandez. 3+ RBIs with that group right there, 5, 6, 7. Folks, I hope you got the hits for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Craig Minervini, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.